Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
So right before we started, I had to step out for a second, and I go into our bedroom, and I find out that my wife is cheating on me.
What is she watching?
She's watching a television show that we are supposed to be watching together, and she's made a TV cuck of me.
What's the show?
Behind Her Eyes.
Damn. So a show about stepping out on your spouse, and your wife can't stay away. Well, Micah, I'm sorry to hear, you guys are having marital trouble. It's really sad. This is the modern day cheating, by the way. How the fuck did you watch the show without me? How bad I want to keep watching The Nick? Come on, man. But I can't.
Look,
I'm a faithful man.
You gotta set ground rules. Like when she had no interest in watching WandaVision, and then the Zeitgeist picked it up, and she's like, "Oh, okay, well maybe I'll watch it with you." And I'm like, "I'm not waiting for you." So I'm gonna tell you that right now, I'm not waiting for you. And
I can't wait. No, just wait for me, yo. I got like 94 seconds before this gets ruined for me. You got to be on it.
And it was the later episodes. It was like from episode 5 when she was like, "Oh yeah, just wait for me." No,
nah, we'll talk about it when you get there. I'll watch it again with you.
That's what I told her. I said I'll watch it again, but see, I set the ground rules.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, look, the WandaVision is an open relationship. we just go, we come and go as we please.
Right. It's you, this white witch, and a robot. We try to make something happen. It's a quadruple. I don't know if there is my wife wants to watch WandaVision because she hears it's really good, but she's got to go back and finish watching Civil War. And no, that's a lie. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and forward. Right? So she's like, "Oh, I really do want to watch WandaVision now. I hear that's really good." I'm like, you don't even know who the fuck Wanda is. Or Vision. Or why they're together. What is Vibranium? The only thing she has seen, she's seen Black Panther. And Captain Marvel, she saw both of those. But because they're so independent from the rest of the universe, you don't need to see the other ones. But no, I'm like, you cannot watch WandaVision without knowing all of the shit that happens. It's kind of critical.
Or without asking a bunch of questions.
Nope, I'm not here for that. Pipe down, watch the show. Don't ask me in the middle of the show. Ask me at the end. Don't ask me in the middle. Who dat? I thought they were with you. Are they with them? No, I don't care for that at all. All right, so let's get right into it. There is a trailer for Boogie, a review for Boogie, that, Tiara did. I interviewed her about that. That's, Eddie Wong's, directorial debut, for movies at least. About a Taiwanese first generation kid who has aspirations to play in the NBA, but also has pressures from his family to do more of an academic route. But check that review out. It's on the Coming Distractions podcast feed or youtube.com/the Nerdpocalypse. Also, there is Coming to America, the Coming to America sequel to the 1988 classic, starring Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. That is available on Amazon as we are speaking. So either watch the review first or watch the movie first if you have Amazon. But look forward to that. So I also watched a documentary on HBO Max called Fake Famous. Y'all some fake ass people out here, man, and it's sad. This is a documentary in which they explore people wanting to be famous online, and I like when documentaries do this, right? They have a premise and they kind of show the premise through an experiment, right? Which is what this is. They do a casting call with just the simple line. This is all the casting call says. Do you want to be famous? That's it. and they get 4,000 responses. And they bring people in, and they eventually whittle it down to 3 people: black guy, a black straight dude, a gay white guy, and a white straight woman, as the 3 people that they are going to try to make famous, in quotes, using social media, right? It's all about being famous on social media. So they like buy them bots to give them like fake likes and fake comments. They teach them all the like ropes of like bullshitting on Instagram, which is super interesting. If you think any of those people that you follow are for real, they're fucking not, unless they're an actual celebrity, like in movies and shit. Like they fake going on private flights or going on flights by buying a toilet seat cover and putting it next to them. So then they take the photo so it looks like you're on a plane, which is hilarious. And that's a thing that people do. They rent a house to pretend it's their house for like photo shoots and shit. They literally do these like fake vacations where they put them in a they have like a kiddie pool, and they have the woman like lay her head back in it so it looks like she's at this lush place, and they put flowers all in the water so it's like this lush vacation. It's just a kiddie pool that they had a photographer take from like above her. And there's like a number of things like that. And it works for one of the people. It works. The other 2 are like, they hated it. Like they hated the feeling of like the bullshitting. But for this one woman who wants to be an actress, it totally worked. Like she started booking parts and shit. And they're like, oh, how many people do you have on social media, following you on Instagram? She's like, oh, I have like 300,000 people, and they're all bullshit. All of them are lies. And she gets jobs and shit like that. And then she starts getting invited on like vacations for free. Like hotels want to put her up and all this other shit. So it's like this fake it till you make it type of shit. But what it goes to show you is how sad it is that people want to be famous on social media. And they give a statistic that I thought was pretty interesting, that there are 100 million people on social media that have 100,000 or more followers. Meaning like 100,000 is like, quote unquote, you're famous on social media, right? Which is like, how can a third of all of the US be famous? Like,
right.
It's bullshit, right? Like, right. So this idea of like tap dancing for the cameras and shit like that. Like it's a wild documentary, but it's short. It's like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes, but I highly recommend it just for the shit that they do to appear important. Is really quite funny.
Well, I'm looking at a review from BuzzFeed News, and this person did not like it, so I will probably enjoy it.
Yeah, because it exposes like the fact that BuzzFeed pushes up people like that, right? Like it's all garbage and bullshit. So, whatever, fake being in your house while you sell your protein powder to people, spend your $600 to rent a house while you try to sell people $45 worth of slim tummy tea, even though you had a tummy tuck, whatever, that type of shit. The entire social media platform is fucking garbage. It is. So you've never been more right about something in your life, by the way.
I hate it.
You've never been more
right. It's the worst invention. Like
it is.
It was invented to bring people together, and all it did was bring out the worst in humanity.
Yeah, and tear people apart too.
Yeah, because not everybody deserves a platform. Like,
no,
they just don't. Only good people like us.
Yes, obviously. That's the only way to read that. No, but it does expose some like really deep-seated fucked up things about social media. So, yeah, Fake Famous on HBO Max is 100% worth your watch. You watched White Tiger. I'm very interested in this.
Yes. Technically, the title of the film is The White Tiger. It stars Adarsh Gaurav. Sorry if I'm butchering that name.
No, you nailed it.
With supporting roles from Priyanka Chopra and Rajkumar Rao.
Oh yeah, that dude's like super famous over there.
Yeah, he looks like a movie star.
Yeah, he does.
That dude's a very that dude's a good looking guy.
So there's a funny thing about him. incidentally, like, because he pops up in a lot of sort of. Is there a dance sequence in this? Incidentally,
not that I can remember. No.
Okay, like that guy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, looking at him, he pops up in like a lot of like Bollywood films, and yeah, like it's funny the Hollywood influence that's happened over there. Like the dudes used to kind of be like kind of like a chubby guy. Like a lot of like their superstars were just like, you got the little deli belly, like no big deal, like who cares? But now like they're all fucking shredded or it's like CGI. I'm like, yo, that's not your stomach. Relax. It's kind of funny. Like the American influence is hilarious to me.
So this movie is based off of a book of the same name, and it is about this guy named Balram, who comes from a very, very poor Indian village, and it chronicles his journey of coming from nothing to being something. And first and foremost, this movie's excellent.
Is it?
I love it. I highly recommend this movie.
It looks very good
to anyone. It is very, very good.
Right. My father-in-law just got here today, so we'll definitely have to watch this.
You should really watch it, and I would be interested to see how he takes it, because you see, I'm totally ignorant to this culture, so I'm just taking what I see as, you know, I will trust that the filmmakers did what they had to do to show this culture on screen. Yo, it is. I mean, this takes place in 2007, and he comes from this village, and it is just destitute, man. Like people are shitting in the streets, and
yeah, it's from the slums.
Yeah, he's from a lower caste, right? But he's got ambition, and the way the film talks about like servitude and having to like put up with it, right? And just from people who are just above you, right? Like it's a pecking order, man. And
yeah, the caste system is still a thing, like even now.
Goodness gracious, man. They even touch on like at one point the main character is like, look, this you better believe this ain't no a million rupee quiz show ain't gonna get anybody out of poverty. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm Slumdog Millionaire.
Like, right, like that shit is bullshit. Like this is like if you wanna get out of this, if you even think you can, if you even have the mindset, because they don't, you know, if you were born in a certain caste, like that's just your life from now on.
Yes.
And the movie open, like the framing device is the main character, you know, slick hair, real clean, looks very fancy, and he's retelling his story in a letter to someone else. So it's like, wow, like how did you get from where you were to where you are? Mm-hmm. And that's the hook, right? That's the thing that keeps driving you. Look, man, performances are great. It's shot really well. Priyanka Chopra is in it. That's the only name I've recognized. Mm-hmm. And she's good. She plays the one of the main characters' wives, who was who is from Indian descent, but born and raised in America. So she ain't taking this bullshit. She ain't taking this caste bullshit, right? She ain't about the you're not going to talk to her any old kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, that woman is so fucking gorgeous. Sorry.
She is. She's stunning. Breathtaking.
Yo, she's stunning. Like I'm looking at a picture of her with a Jonas brother. No, yo, she's like, no, yo, she has reached, she's in the pantheon of women of like, if you don't find that woman attractive, you're a racist. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, yo. Like, I don't care where you're from. Like, sorry. Do your eyes work? Do your eyes work? Nah, yo, she's just a knockout, just a total knockout.
It was a Nick Jonas was hosting Saturday Night Live, and one of the skits was he was being interviewed by Dionne Warwick, and the actress playing Dionne Warwick said, "Okay, now this is your wife," and he holds up a picture of Priyanka Chopra, and she says, "Now show us your penis," because she couldn't understand how this bombshell of a woman was married to.
No, I'm looking at a picture of the two of them. I don't get it either. It's not like she's not rich. She's already rich, right? It's not like, oh, well, he snatched up this poor hot immigrant woman. Like, no, like that woman was top echelon in India. Like she was. Like it's wild. Like I watch. My father-in-law was showing video Bollywood videos to my daughter, right? And she's like dancing around. She loves it, right? Because it's super colorful and the music's great. And it was just like a compilation video. And there was a couple of clips from movies that Priyanka Chopra is in, and I'm like, hello. And I'm just like, yo, this woman is so fine. Like when white America realizes that like there's a treasure trove of these beautiful women, yeah, it's over. Like turns out, yeah. Because, you know, white guys go, oh, exotic. You know, like, that's just what happens.
Yeah. Well, I can plant my flag in that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Look, Nick Jones is the first one aboard. I get it.
Look, I understand, man.
I do.
Jesus. Anyway, bottom line, watch this movie. I'd be interested to see how your father-in-law enjoys this movie. I'm going to say enjoys because he's going to enjoy this movie.
Yeah. No, I'm sure he would. And I'd be interested to have some conversations with him about the caste system, right? Because his family is from Kshatriya, if I'm pronouncing it right, which is more of like, I want to say it's like religious leaders. So it's like Brahmin, I think, is the top, and then Kshatriya is the second. So like their family never had any issues, but like they were definitely not like untouchables or something like that. Like that's where you're in the slums, and you're probably in the slums for your entire life, and you never can get out, which is fucking horrible. There's just like no upward mobility in that from that position. There's just not.
And the fact that like people just accept it, like it is because it is just a way of life.
Is it? Is it that different than here though?
It isn't, but the leaps in levels is I mean it's night and day, man. Like it's on either end of the spectrum.
Right.
Whereas, you know, we have poverty here, and we have the millionaires and billionaires and the top 1% of the 1%, right? But like they don't. Like I don't know, man. It just feels, and maybe it's because I'm floating in the middle, but it just doesn't. It's wild, man. It's wild.
All right, yeah. I when I saw the trailer originally, I was like super into it. So, yeah, I'm glad he actually is here now, because I think it would be cool to watch that with him. So, okay. Next up, let's talk about WandaVision before. We getting everybody on the record in the this week, but your thoughts on the big episode 8?
I thought it was great. This is the backstory that, you know, normally if you pull the curtain back on a character's backstory, unless they're like mysterious, like the Joker. Mm-hmm. And the Joker's mysterious in the fact that like his backstory, nobody can kind of pin it down. Like there's kind of a definitive origin, but not really. That makes that character all the more menacing. But when you analyze a character's backstory and do it with like real meaning, like do it very meaningfully, you get this. Whereas when you don't, you get Solo.
Yes.
And
I agree with that.
You know, and again, a character whose backstory was a mystery that gave him a je ne sais quoi, right? But to see Wanda's backstory be played out in like, at various points in her life is, and also, as the ability for Marvel to retcon certain things.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool, man. It was cool.
Boy, did they leave themselves just enough space.
Yeah, they did.
Just enough space. But that's just clever writing, man. Like, it's just really clever writing where it doesn't feel clunky when you watch. You go, okay, like that works for me.
Right. It feels like you're mad because it's like, yo, why wasn't this in Civil War? Well, that wasn't in Civil War because they weren't thinking of doing this.
Yeah. Not at all. Not at all.
Everybody thinks that like Marvel, like the folks in Marvel Studios they're all like everything is intricately mapped out. Like, nah, that's the rub. That's the trick that they're pulling on you, man. Like, they make you think that it is. That's why everybody's like, well, where's Reed Richards and where's Mephisto and this and that and that and that. Like, they haven't thought that far yet, but they fooled you into making you think that they know. Like, they're the best type of bullshitters.
Yeah,
they're like you. You think you know. People think you're smart.
What a bunch of idiots.
Look, it was beautiful, man. I really enjoyed it. When Vision says the line, you're like, okay, this is why she fell in love with him. Right. And yeah, man, I absolutely loved it. I can't wait for this finale. My expectations are where they need to be. And you've probably seen it before you're hearing this, but I hope that your expectations are where they need to be also.
Right.
Because let me tell you something. You ain't getting mutants. You ain't getting Reed Richards. You ain't getting Mephisto.
Don't listen to Micah. All of that is going to be in the finale. And if it isn't, this show sucks. That's how this works. And Galactus. Don't forget Galactus. And Clert. I hear Clert's going to show up. With all those Fantastic Four powers, even though those characters haven't been introduced. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, a couple things that I thought were really interesting. I mean, I don't really have any major like predictions for this coming week. But what I did find interesting that was a big deal was that clearly Wanda and likely Pietro have had powers or abilities that were latent before they were exposed to the stone. Which is, this idea of using probability magic to not make Tony Stark's bomb blow up is pretty interesting, right? Because, yeah, Tony Stark's bombs do blow up. That's a Justin Hammer issue, right? Like that's not a Stark issue. So for her to have affected that is pretty dope, right? That's a great retcon. It just is. But again, they left themselves enough room to say that they were just sitting in the house stuck, with this bomb about to go off. And that's all they said. And that was enough for them to fill in and write it as they wanted to. I'll do a dude I told you. Everyone's like, oh, Agatha's behind all this stuff. Agatha don't know shit. That's what this whole episode was of her running around and being like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? Yeah. She doesn't know. Oh, she created the anomaly. No, she didn't. She confused as fuck too. She wants those powers, but she don't know. Which was dope. I like that Catherine Hahn really got to really show off in this episode, which was kind of fun. I like the sort of like this is your life Scrooge kind of way of telling the story. It's kind of fun. Her then seeing the vision, not Vision the person, but a vision of herself in a traditional kind of outfit when she looks at the stone was kind of dope. I'm really hoping that shows up in the finale. I don't know if it will, but it would be cool if it did. To really go for it, really go for broke. And they seem from that image, they seem to have figured out how to not make that look utterly ridiculous, right? So I like the probability stuff. I like they had she said the name, the Scarlet Witch, which was cool. I like that they showed Agatha at the Salem witch trials, so to speak. Like a sort of a twist on that, which was kind of fun. showing how long she's been around. And then obviously the shit with Hayward, right? Of him lying about her stealing Vision's body, and, you know, them showing what really happened, and how she just wanted to see Vision, and like, she's not a fucking crazy person. She's just really traumatized.
Took the body if she could have, but Hayward had, they hacked him up.
Right.
And we see her leave, and it's like, oh, okay, well, Hayward lied. Why did he lie? Well, we find out in the mid-credits scene.
Right. And a lot of people keep attributing, like, oh no, they that was, he's doing it for some other reasons. I'm like, no, he's doing it for the exact reasons that you think he is, which is he lied so that he could still have Vision and work on him.
Yeah, like he's like, I've seen some people are like, well, what if Hayward's Mephisto? Like, nah, yo,
he's not.
You know what Hayward is?
He's an asshole.
He's a government war hawk.
Yes,
who wants the biggest gun in the world.
Right, and he wants it under his control. Right. Like, I don't think there's anything with Hayward that I would be shocked to know that there's anything with Hayward besides what you see. He's just a piece of shit.
Yeah. He's just like every member of the military not named Captain America. He's shady at best and evil at worst.
Right. So I don't think there's anything extra going on with him. But I did like, actually seeing her create the anomaly and, taking it all the way across the town and everything. I thought that was cool. And then, Agatha sort of in her full regalia at the end was kind of dope. So yeah, I dug it. I thought this was a great episode. Yeah, but the Hayward thing is really weird to me. I'm like, I don't know why people are just assigning more to that than to me seems very obvious that he's just a fucking military war hawk.
I think part of the reason is one, it goes to show that none of us are screenwriters. Because the simplest solution is usually the best one.
Yep.
Two, I kind of blame Marvel a little bit, because they've done such a good job of teasing people that people expect, and people like that, especially nerds who just know everything and they want to be validated. So they think that everything is a tease. Well, no. When everything is a tease, you get Iron Man 2. Yes. When everything is a tease, you get Batman v Superman.
Yep.
Like, that's not, and when everything is a tease, you're not telling the story that you're supposed to be telling. Everything is set up for everything else. And if everything is set up for everything else, you are going to be disappointed.
Right.
At some point. So, people need to, I hope this doesn't happen with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I don't think it will, because Falcon and the Winter Soldier isn't a mystery like WandaVision is. This is just straight, military action. Like, just the dumb shit that I'm looking forward to.
Right. Yeah. You're all for the military propaganda that's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Look, I love it. I love it. If I could walk around in an Iron Man suit, I'd be pro military all the way, even though that suit was created because he did not want to build weapons for.
Look, I just saw the images of the military being there. So fuck you. That's how it works. I thought this episode was great. So yeah, overall, fantastic. I'm really looking forward to the finale. See what they do. All right. So let's get right into lightning round.
So Neil Blomkamp confirms that a District 9 sequel called District 10 is moving forward.
Terrible name.
The District 10 screenplay also being written by Blomkamp and someone else is coming. Charlito Copley and Blomkamp's wife. are involved in the screenwriting. Look, it's been a long time since I've seen District 9.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I don't remember a lot from it. So I guess that's the cultural impact that it had on me.
Didn't he become like a prawn alien at the end, or he was becoming one?
I have no idea, dude. I don't get me lying. I
honestly
cool.
don't even remember.
It's cool, but I don't think I would revisit this movie if a sequel. I'm not jazzed for a sequel.
I was impressed by the creativeness of District 9. I liked that it was in South Africa. It was basically a sci-fi sort of retelling, like a meta narrative on apartheid, right? Like I enjoyed that. I thought it was quite clever. I didn't think the movie in and of itself was that amazing. I thought it was fine. I'm not going to say I'm not like interested in this, but I would definitely have to go back and watch District 9 again with fresh eyes to garner any level of interest. Like, this is not something that like stuck with me at all. So,
yeah,
it's fine.
Next up, there's a Terminator anime coming. Mattson Tomlin, who co-wrote the upcoming DC movie The Batman, as well as Netflix's own superpowered movie Project Power, will act as the showrunner and executive producer. The series is being produced in partnership with Production IG, who did Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex 2045, and Be the Beginning, with whom Netflix has had a production line with since 2018. Quite frankly, I'm surprised this hasn't been adapted in an anime form until now.
Yeah,
this screams, Japanese anime to me. The whole premise of, robots coming back in time. I'm really curious to see what it'll look like, because I don't mind the anime style. Some of it can be a little generic,
right?
But it does have a certain look to it that I do like. Wow.
I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I
mean, it needs to be a creative version of this. I'm honestly not particularly interested in like a boring by the numbers Terminator story. Like, really go for broke on this. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, right? Like with animation, you can do so much more.
Right.
Like you can really let your imagination fly and it won't look weird.
Right.
Because everything is animated, so everything looks the same. Whereas, your mind knows that Ghost Rider Terminator isn't real. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
So, yeah. Look, I'm all for this. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Next up, this dumb nigga fucks up the bag. T.I. will not be
not associated with calculators.
Texas Instruments will not be returning from Marvel Studios' upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Oh,
the embattled rapper is not a part of the cast.
Shut up.
It's unclear whether this is related to recent accusations of sexual abuse he's facing alongside his wife, Tiny Harris.
Yeah. Yes. It is. It's 100% about that.
I mean, yeah.
Disney's not a bunch of idiots. Yeah. Oh, really? Him and his wife are out here whiling? You're fired, motherfucker. You ain't Iron. You're not Ant-Man.
Right. You're a tertiary character at best. Do you even have a name in the movie?
He's a tertiary character in the group of thieves who are then tertiary characters in and of themselves. Right. He's 6 degrees from the top at a minimum. Clifford, shut up.
Look, I'm not going to miss T.I. I don't know if he did what he did, but I'm going to presume that he did.
Yeah, that feels right. I mean, this is a guy who was overly obsessed with his teenage daughter's sex life, which I found to be incredibly creepy. Like checking to see if her hymen was broken with her doctor. Nigga, grow up. Also, you can break your hymen without having sex. Be
also, what you gonna do if it is? What you gonna do if it is?
I'm gonna sew it back together. Like, you gonna stay in the house? Okay. Ain't you gonna be on tour? Like, get out of here. Like, stop being a mental patient. Like, you and your wife.
Yeah, dudes get real weird. Dudes get real weird about their daughters, and it is very telling. The creepier a dude is about his daughter, the more fucked up he probably was to women in his life.
100%. That is a 100%. That is a 1-to-1. That is a 1-to-1. T.I. is a piece of shit. That's why he acts like a piece of shit to his daughter in the way that he does. Oh, people, I read comments who were like, I don't think that's wrong. Because you're a sociopath. That's why. You're a sociopath. Are you checking your daughter's hymen, yo? She's like 18. Nigga, like, calm down. Even if she's 14. Spoiler alert. Teenagers have sex. They do. They fucking do. Like, teach a kid not to be an idiot, but it's hard to do that when you're an idiot. So, you know. And stop using big words. Shut up. I'm saying indubitably. You don't know what that word means. That guy's an idiot.
And there's something about the Southern drawl that just
on him. Yes.
Like, yeah, his Southern drawl. It doesn't.
Like, it don't work because we know this nigga's dumb. Like, no. All right. Yeah, nah, yo. Now I got to delete the one song of his I had in my playlist. Thanks, T.I. Thanks. Fucking idiot. And good. If they're guilty, go to fucking jail. I don't want them to just get off. Go to jail. It's like every other abuser. I'm fine with it. Anyway, please continue.
What? I really don't know his character's name, dude. What is his character's name?
Nigga, I don't know.
In this movie.
T.I. Clifford. Clifford the thief. According to his rap lyrics, he ain't never stole nothing. So
okay. His name is Dave.
Oh, look. This will not be the first. This won't be the first or last time I say this, but this is definitely a role that requires literally nothing. So Deacon could probably do this. I have another one. I got another one stored in the bag, waiting for later to throw in his face. Yeah, T.I. is barely a better actor than Deacon is what I'm saying.
I haven't seen Deacon act, but I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that T.I. is a worse actor.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. That feels wrong to T.I. That's what I'm saying. I never saw T.I. fight a ninja in the back of a pickup truck. That's all I'm saying. I ain't never seen that. No, we love you, man. Not really, but I'm just saying to be nice. Anyway, continue.
Next up, Fox Entertainment CEO Charlie Collier is quoted as saying, "It is a sincere pleasure to announce the season 33 and 34 pickups for The Simpsons. We keep hoping that eventually they'll get it right. Profound respect for and congratulations to Matt, Jim, Al, and the many other wonderful partners working really hard to finally elevate the Tracy Ullman show." As they say, practice makes perfect. The Simpsons are coming back for season 33 and 34. This is amazing to me. Like, I don't, and look, I'm not here to shit on The Simpsons. Quite frankly, I haven't watched it in a very long time, so I don't know how good or how good or bad it is. At this point, I am just astounded that the show is still around.
Yeah, to say the least.
Can this show outlast its actors? Like, do you think they could, like, let's say something happens to
Homer
cast members, right? Like, do you think they could recast the Simpson family and keep it moving?
It would have to be you would have to be able to do a perfect Homer impression or a perfect Bart impression or a perfect Lisa impression. Like, they would have to be perfect. Like, I'm mad that they replaced the voice actor for Big Bird. I don't like that shit, and I'm an adult.
I'm like, weird.
I'm like, who the fuck is this fake ass Big Bird? Like, get out of here. I don't even watch the new season. I'm like, yo, you got to go back to season 15. Like, get out of here. I don't like the voice change. Like, it's significant to me. So no, I don't. No, I don't know. I don't know. I would say probably not. The voices are too iconic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, and that's the beautiful thing about voice acting, right? Like, your voice generally, once your voice hits a certain level, you pretty much sound like that for your entire life if you take care of yourself, right? Like, if you don't, fuck up by like smoking and all that shit, you can keep going until you can pretty much just keep this thing going.
I mean, listen, look at the guy. I don't know his name. The guy who does the Optimus Prime voice,
Peter Cullen. Yeah, like you can hear
his age.
I can hear his age, but he still sounds like Optimus Prime. You know what I mean? Like,
or like Conroy, Kevin Conroy, right? Like, you can hear his age when he does Batman. Now you're like, oh, all right, Kevin, you're getting old, but he still sounds like Batman. Right, like he can still put it on, so it's kind of dope.
Yeah. Look, I'm calling it Simpsons through year 40.
That's when they'll end it.
Yep, that's it. The 40th year is probably when they'll be done.
Because nobody will touch that, dude. Like, what has touched that besides like Sesame Street? Like literally, like there's nothing else that could touch that, and that's different because this is a sitcom basically. It's like no. Nah, I don't. 40 years, no one will ever hit that record. It'll never happen.
Yeah. So there you go. Simpsons fans rejoice.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah. It hasn't been funny since like season 25, but like probably longer than that actually. But I can't tell you the last season I saw, dude. I honestly could not tell you because it's on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah,
I would have to.
Like, oh, maybe I'll go back and start watching this. I'm like, nah, yo.
There's 34 seasons about to be on there. Like, no, I'm trying to get you to watch the Nick, and it's 2. Like, no, get out of here. You're never gonna watch this. Now you have to be. I feel like you have to be a hardcore Simpsons fan to like really be into watching through all of them, even through like the rough spots. And by that I mean 15 years. Nah, I'm good.
Next up, you'll have to take this because I've never seen this show.
You should watch the show. So Party Down is coming back for a 3rd season. Look, this was a show on Stars. You have Stars, right? Because you were watching what's the 50 Cent show?
We did have Stars, and now we don't.
No, it's too bad. But Party Down, I think it might be on like Hulu or something like that. I'll have to check. But Party Down was a series where it basically followed all of these characters work at a like a catering company, and they're all aspiring like Hollywood people, right? It's starring Adam Scott, Kevin Marino, Jane Lynch, Martin Starr, Lizzie Kaplan, Jennifer Coolidge, and Megan Mullany. Like, it's a really good cast of comedians and comedy actors. So the idea is like, so they're all trying to be like writers. Most of them are actors. Martin Starr, who, from, Silicon Valley, right? He's a little bit more animated in this, but he has a very similar rivalry relationship with, this other guy, I think it's Ryan Hansen, the blonde, actor guy. He has the same sort of combative relationship as he has with Kumail Nanjiani on Silicon Valley. Like very similar, right?
Wow, I like that.
Well, and you can tell that they almost kind of said, oh, that really worked on that show. Let's kind of take that relationship and put you on this other show, right? And then that show obviously was more successful. So they're caterers, but they all have these Hollywood aspirations. And it's really fucking hilarious as they're trying to do this job that they all hate, except for Kevin Marino, who like takes the job super seriously. But it's really quite funny. And Adam Scott is like this depressed actor because he thought he was going to make it. And then he did make it a little bit, which is a bigger reveal in the series. But then it kind of all fizzled out. And so now he is stuck catering at this company to make money in LA. But it's funny. Like, it's really funny. If you like Parks and Rec or The Office, any of those sort of things, or Silicon Valley, like if you like that type of comedy, you would like this. Like, and they're easy watch. Each episode's like 20 minutes.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. But Adam Scott is fucking hilarious on that show. But let me see if it's on. It used to be on Hulu. Let me see if it's on there. I would actually watch that again. Yes, it is. It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. All right. I'll have to remember to try and watch this.
Yeah, it's very good. So they're putting together a third season back on Stars. So I look forward to it. I have Stars through Amazon, I think. So I will definitely check that out. But there's no word on who's going to be back from the original cast. Because they lost Jane Lynch at the end of season 1 because she went on Glee. And then Megan Mullany replaced her in season 2, which she was also equally good. All right, next up.
All right, last up for me. San Diego Comic-Con will be virtual for 2021. For the second year in a row, fans will not be swarming the San Diego Convention Center as part of July's annual Comic-Con celebration. Comic-Con International announced that the upcoming con will be virtual as uncertainty around the coronavirus continues to make large-scale gatherings a dangerous proposition. A free 3-day Comic-Con at-home virtual event will take place July 23rd through the 25th, as was the case last year. Organizers did note they were planning a smaller in-person event in San Diego for November, with information to come out at a later date. Comic-Con is expected to return to normal in July of 2022. I'm glad that they are erring on the side of caution, because cons are petri dishes even during the best of times.
Right, from the jump.
So, you don't want, 100,000 nerds who wash themselves by spraying Axe body spray on their pits, tits, and asses, and then sit in line for 10 hours to try and get in Hall H. You don't want all those people kind of crammed up in one location, because then they all disperse. As fun as Comic-Con is, it is incredibly stressful, and I am not going back until I know that my son will be able to appreciate it.
Yep, that's my same answer.
And even then, I'm thinking around 10. And not even then, because my wife told me for my 40th that we would go to Japan, because I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah, she lied to you. She didn't even take you.
She didn't. She instead gave me a son, and the coronavirus.
Right. So, I guess that's better than Japan. I guess.
I suppose.
He gonna be around for a while. He don't make sushi.
So instead of going for my 40th, we're going for my 50th.
God damn. She didn't even say 45. Yo, 50.
No, we want him to remember this.
Yeah, no shit. It's Japan. It's not cheap, Get out of here.
You going to remember this. So,
that's awesome.
But I'll go back to Comic-Con. I know doing this, you can get like press passes and all that, and it makes it easier. but it's still a lot of work, and I don't want to go there to work anymore.
No, I really don't. I don't. I like. It is a lot, and it's a lot of reporting. Like, because when I did New York Comic Con, I did my best to like videos and write-ups and stuff. Like, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, and we don't have a fucking editor, right? It's us. Right. It's me in the hotel room at night.
I ain't writing nothing.
Right? So yeah. We know. There's a reason we've transferred over to video reviews versus writing. There's a movie. And
there's a movie. I liked it. Go see it.
Like, damn. That's it. That actually, by the way, would be a hilarious YouTube channel. It was 30-second reviews. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I liked it. Nah. That's it. You know what? That's Terrence's. You know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel just with Terrence. 30-second reviews with Terrence. Coming to America. Yes? No. That's it. That's all I got for you.
It's all right. That's it.
You're like, damn, he's spitting. Yeah, look, I think it's interesting for them to do this virtually. I'm hard pressed to give a shit about Comic-Con anymore. I enjoyed it, and I think I would really rather go when my daughter, like, if she's into it. I don't know if she'll be into it at all. But if she's super into that, and she wants to go when she's older, like 10, I think it's pretty good. But I'd rather go to D23. Like, if I'm going to go to, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to go to one where I want to see, like, what are they going to do? They're moving all that shit to D23. That's when we're getting all the big Marvel announcements and stuff like that and Star Wars stuff. So, I mean, I feel like they're pretty much siphoning off the power of Comic-Con. But at the same time, like, Comic-Con is a lot of fun. Like, it's a blast. Yeah. But I want to do it as an adult. Like, I don't want to be in a hotel room with a bunch of fucking dudes snoring it up and shit. I want to go, you know, my wife and my daughter and I go to the beach, have a good time. Then we go to Comic-Con and you go to dinner. You know, like, you can, like, go see stuff and shit like that. I'm kind of done with the marathoning thing. Like, that feels exhausting to me. And I'm 40. I'm too old. I'm too old to be walking up and down the exhibition hall all day trying to find Cyclops and Storm in my Hard Heroes collection that has been discontinued a number of years ago. And I search every time I go. But I'm tired now. And Wolverine. So if you can ever find them, let me know. I'm so sad I don't have them. But yeah, there's Cyclops and Juggernaut and Magneto. They're right over there. So yeah, I guess I'm just kind of tired. So I'm good with just doing virtual. That's fine.
My shins hurt, man.
Yeah, get out of here.
I can't fucking do this.
I'm not here for that.
Look, that's a young man's game. If you
it is.
And look, if you're into this stuff, you should go. You should go at least one time. You should 100% go. It's a tremendous experience. That is, 90% positive.
Yes.
But at the same time, like, no, it's not for me, dog.
Nope.
Not anymore.
Nah. Oh, and look at this. I just looked up these Hard Heroes on eBay. Fuck off. $179? Come on, man. God damn. $179 for the cap from that series? I do kind of want it, though. Not going to pay for it. All right, movie and TV news this week. Justice League, the Snyder Cut, has a massive cliffhanger ending. Well, we were exactly 2 weeks away from the Snyder Cut. What did I do to deserve this? This is my fault. I spoke this into existence. Fans will likely never get a sequel to Zack Snyder's Justice League. No shit. A sentiment Snyder himself echoed. But he did say that there is the movie does include a cliffhanger ending that sets up a direct sequel. Let's see if this article has it. It says, well, it was meant to be 2 more movies. Okay.
This 4-hour movie was meant to have 2 more movies.
I'm going to talk about that because I don't think people realize what that means. He says, it hints as you would at a potential otherworld. I'd plant the seeds as I'd wanted to, of what would come in the later films. That's in there. But as far as the stories that would be to come if it ever happened, which it does not look like it would, but I think it's easy to speculate based on that, and we can talk about that for quite a while. Okay, you speak like a psychopath.
It's just a word salad, man.
Yeah, I hate the way he speaks like Trump. It drives me crazy. Like his brain is going like 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I'm like, slow down. Like just slow down. Like I've seen him live, and that is how he talks. Like it's fucking weird. It is a cliffhanger. The movie ends on a massive cliffhanger. Yeah. So here's one of the indications that I have is that the sequel. Yeah, it says the sequel would have seen the superheroes traveling to Apocalypse to confront Darkseid and would have included the Green Lantern Corps. That's great. Whatever. Okay. Is the stuff that we're seeing in the Nightmare sequence, is that the future or a future, or is that a dream sequence?
Well, what did he just say, right? It's another world. Like he was planting seeds for what would be in the later films. I think the nightmare in Batman v Superman was a premonition to something that will happen, but I think that might be on another world.
He says another planet.
Maybe not even another planet, like another dimension. You know what I mean? Like another Earth, like Earth 2 or whatever.
Okay, because he says Snyder also added that Justice League 2 would have been a nightmare movie set in the post-apocalyptic world Bruce Wayne had a premonition about in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Okay.
All right. Well,
so I don't know. That could be in a different dimension. It could be in the regular dimension that we know. Here's my thing. Two things. Either the Nightmare movie, which I guess is Justice League Part 3, because was this supposed to be 2 movies, the one we're getting? Or was this only supposed to be 1 movie? Because it's 4 hours long.
I think the one that we're getting was supposed to be 1 movie.
Yeah, that's stupid, right? That's stupid on his part. Like, that shows poor editing, right? It's 4 hours. It's unnecessary. Okay, let's say it's 1 movie, so you're planning a trilogy. Got it.
Right.
Is every movie 4 hours? That's crazy. Okay. So if the nightmare scenario is real and it's a premonition for the future and it's real, then you have an entire second movie where the superheroes are fighting Darkseid or Darkseid's people or whatever in this nightmare scenario, right? Okay. Or the nightmare scenario is a dream. So either it's a dream and we're doing nothing but showing a dream like Bob Newhart style for an entire movie, which seems dumb, right? That seems stupid. Or it is real and it's a premonition for the future and it turns out to be real, which means that you have locked up every superhero and every character in that universe until this is resolved, meaning that you have put a dead stop on the entire universe. Right? One thing Marvel didn't do was they didn't introduce Thanos until they needed to get everyone in place. They all had separate stories, and then they came in, they resolved that, and then they moved on. He's doing that in the middle of a story and then branching out, which doesn't make any sense. You can't do Wonder Woman 2, right? I mean, well, I guess you could have because that was in the 80s. You could have done that one. But you can't do an Aquaman movie. You can't do a Man of Steel movie. You can't do anything else that doesn't involve the nightmare world. Also, how far into the future is that? How does the world look after this happens? What the fuck? It shows he had no either it was all going to be Bob Newhart style, or he had no indication of ever making this a universe for other directors.
I think that's the issue, right? Because
he handicapped the whole thing.
Zack Snyder seems like the type of guy that would have Darkseid win in the end, right? That's my prediction for what the cliffhanger is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Darkseid will succeed, and the nightmare world would have been the next movie, right? The dark middle chapter. And then figuring out how to, I don't know.
The Flash.
Yeah, like figuring out how to get everything back to normal and defeat Darkseid once and for all. Darkseid, by the way, not Darkseid.
Why do people? All right,
it's just a pet peeve of mine. Figuring out how to do it, and then coming out of that would be the third movie to be like, you know, rah rah and all that. So
I mean, not unlike the Avengers, right?
Right. I mean, that's just basic like 3-part storytelling.
Sure.
Right. So that's my prediction for Zack Snyder's Justice League is that Darkseid is going to win. And if that's the case, yeah, like these were meant to be like his things, but that also falls in line with the WB strategy for what they're doing with these DC comics, which is why the Batman exists and why Joker exists. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't necessarily care. Like, this is Zack Snyder's run, and this other Matt Reeves's Batman or whatever is another story to tell, but it's not all connected.
And I'm not mad at that. I just wish they'd come out and say that. Just come out and say that.
Well, like, they kind of did now. Like, they kind of it's the DC multiverse.
Yeah.
You know. It's a cop-out answer, but look, I'm not mad at a cop-out answer. I'm a Doctor Doom fan. We
That's another robot.
Right.
All right, yo, come on, yo. That was you. It was you in there. Nah, it was a Doom bot. It wasn't me. I was in Hawaii at the time. Oh, how convenient. I mean, he has a quote here. This is a different article. In a lot of ways, I view the movie on its own. I love Wonder Woman, or I love Patty Jenkins, and I think she's done an amazing job, and James Gunn has done a great job. They've made their own movies, but I just thought, I'm going to stay the course that I thought was cool. There's a bunch of stuff I do differently than they would do, but I just think Justice League is its own thing at this point. It exists kind of on its own. I think fans would say my movie is canon and the rest are off canon, but that's just me. And he said it with a laugh in fairness.
Wow. Yeah, with a laugh. Okay. With a laugh and a wink like Catherine Hahn. Yeah, but that's just me.
Right. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're about to reboot all the shit. But go ahead.
All right. Well, there you go. That's straight from the horse's mouth. He always envisioned this as, this is my story that I want to tell, and then you guys can do whatever you want with yours.
Yeah, that's a problem, though. That's a problem, right? Like, because at this time, they were trying to build a cohesive universe. That doesn't work if the one guy's like, I don't want to build a cohesive universe. Eat my dick. Like, what if Joss Whedon was like, oh, you want to make a cohesive universe? Well, I'm going to kill Captain America at the end of my movie. Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't. You're supposed to all be working together, but this is what happens when you don't have a Kevin Feige type at the top to say, this is like, you have to make your story have these elements. Like, you can do your story, but you got to have in these places that we can plug stuff in, and you need to get to X point so that we can move forward. Like, but they didn't do that with him. They were just like, I don't know, whatever you want to do, dude. You got it, which was a mistake. So. Yeah. But it's interesting, like, cause he kind of is telling on himself, and then you kind of get an understanding of how much of a shit show this whole thing was.
But it makes total sense now, though, doesn't it? Like,
you can see why. Yeah, you can see why it's a mess.
Sense that, you know, and I kind of understand where he's coming from, right? Like,
I do.
He did Man of Steel and was like, hey, all right. I want to, and then WB was like, hey, put Batman in your movie next. And he was like, all right, I think I can come up with an idea for that. But it's like they weren't talking to each other.
Right.
You know, where WB was like, hey, put Batman in it, and you know what the rest, you know what else to do. And he's like, I sure do.
Nightmare.
Kill Superman.
Like,
Nightmare. Like, all right, yo. All right. So good luck. watching this movie. Let me know how it is. Seriously, let me know how it is. It's got 6 chapters to it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch it.
No, I'm not watching the first day or the second day. I might not even watch it in March.
You're gonna watch it.
You know what? You
gonna pull a Terrence?
Keep saying that shit.
You gonna pull a Terrence?
I'm gonna pull a Terrence. Fuck you. Fuck that movie. You're watching it. Nope. Not doing it. I don't give a fuck how good or bad it is. Not watching it.
I think the latter. But relax. Relax. I'm gonna watch it. I had to figure out how, but I'm gonna watch it. How I'm gonna find 4 hours to
6 days to watch.
Right, like how am I gonna dedicate 4 hours to watch a movie? Yo, all right, that's obnoxious. Next up, this is the big news of the week. Superman reboot in the works at Warner Brothers, with Ta-Nehisi Coates writing, J.J. Abrams producing. Didn't see this one coming. Not with that team, incidentally. No word on who's going to play Superman. No word on director. The only thing we know is the writer and producer. Deadline confirms Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing, and J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot company is producing.
So everyone is saying that because this is a black writer, not because this is a black writer, but because it is this specific black writer, that Superman is going to be black.
That's the rumor.
What say you?
That's what the rumor says. Even the rumor mill from like the big outlets like Variety and Deadline and things like that. I don't know if WB is going to pull the trigger on that. That being said, I mean, Coates, look, I by default, I don't think it means that just because Coates is writing, it's a black writer or a black Superman. I don't.
Right.
That's ridiculous. He's doing a Captain America run right now. Like, that's just dumb. Like, black people can do more than just, write black people. Like, that's silly. That being said, I hope that if they're going to pull the trigger on that, and I mean, there was rumor that they were thinking about Michael B. Jordan as Superman at one point, which to me seems ridiculous. Like, he just doesn't seem like the right actor for that.
I don't want that.
Yeah, not at all. But if you're gonna do it, I hope that you're pulling the trigger because you have an interesting story, and not that you think what this franchise needs to fix it is a black dude. You know what I mean? Like, look, the idea of like a black Superman who's also the president is like super interesting. You gonna pull the trigger on that? Because, like you're super politicizing Superman. And I don't mean from he's black as that being politicizing, is that he's heavily based on Barack Obama. Like, that's super politicizing that character. Where you could just make him Superman and then it's like it's not a big deal. Like, you can still make him black, but maybe not black and the president. That's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like you're bringing controversy to that role that doesn't actually need to be there for this. Like, WB already has enough issues, right? Republicans flipping out me like you ruined Superman because you made him Barack Obama is not shit they need. They're not Marvel where they could weather that shit and people would be like, yeah, but it was really good. Like, no. Because if it's bad, then people are going to be mad at you coming both ways. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's not worth, like, I'm not saying not make him black. I'm just saying don't make him also president. That's all I'm saying. That's my issue. Personally, I think Coates is a great writer. I don't know how he's going to do as far as screenwriting is concerned. It's funny because he kind of alluded to that in an interview recently I listened to, not about Superman, but about doing screenwriting. And I was like, really? Are you going to do like screenwriting? He was like, he was saying how much he kind of hates it, which is kind of interesting because he wants to get back to writing books. But he's such a profound mind that I feel like whether he does a white Superman or not, he'd have a lot to offer, like perspective wise. Like, I would love more than to see him do someone like Superman, white or black. I'd love to see him Marvel get a hold of him to do like a Blue Marvel movie. Like that would be awesome, right? Like this guy who was in the civil rights era, got superpowers, and now he's in the modern era. Like, you know what I mean? Like that feels like if you're gonna do a black character, Coates would fucking tear that up. So I don't know. Like I think he's capable of telling a really great story. But if it's gonna be white Superman, I want Henry Cavill back. Like give it to pervy Hank Cavill. Like fix this universe. That guy was a good Superman in my opinion, but he just had a shitty fucking series of movies.
Yeah, I do like Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't have a problem with Superman being black. If I had my druthers, Superman would be Latino, not Hispanic, Latino, right? Like visibly Latino, to really, really hammer home the immigrant allegory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To like really beat you over the head, because people don't. That's an aspect of Superman that people don't talk about, right? Like they talk about the Jesus symbolism and all that, but like that guy is quite literally an illegal alien.
and if you're gonna do it, I need you to redo Lex Luthor. I want a Rush Limbaugh type. That's what I want.
Oh yeah,
because like that's how you make it like work. Like make it work. Like you want to piss people off, then like really go for it, man. Like then really go for it.
Yeah, man, and like it really the Superman character can mean a lot of things. People are like, Superman's boring. No, yo, he's just written boring.
Yep.
Like if you really hammer home that immigrant allegory and you do the whole, no, he wasn't born here, but he has, these values that Americans cherish, that they see themselves, that they see in themselves. Like it's the whole nature versus nurture thing. Like he was brought up to be what we aspire all of us to be.
Right. That's why the Red Sun story works, right? It's the nature versus nurture thing. Right.
Right. So, it's not difficult, but I'm looking forward to it. I still like the Superman character. Maybe it's because I'm religious or whatever.
It's because you believe in truth, justice, and all that other junk
and all that other crap.
I can't believe that was really the tagline for fucking Superman Returns. You cowards.
Well, he's cool. He's cool now.
Sure.
And we have to ship this thing overseas.
Yeah, basically. Meanwhile, Marvel was like, here is a man in a flag uniform.
Right.
They were like, all right, first Avenger, we won't call it Captain America. The second one, they were like, Captain America, Winter Soldier. Deal with it. Yeah, they didn't give a shit.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. With J.J. Abrams, you said he's producing?
Yeah, not directing.
Okay, he's not directing, which is fine for me. A friend of ours, Scott, I believe he's from New York. I don't want to give his last name.
He is from New York.
But he posted about this, and he said something I thought was pretty interesting. He said, he in his opinion, Ta-Nehisi Coates is a great writer, but not necessarily, but maybe not for this type of stuff. And I think he cites his Black Panther run as not being too great. And he said that J.J. Abrams is the type of guy who is good at kind of recreating things, but not necessarily. But he doesn't necessarily think he could really pull off something original. He's good at copying things that, And I'm like, yeah, he makes a really good point.
Yeah, I mean, but Superman has been done a million times, so J.J. Abrams might be perfect for it then.
Yeah. Look, everyone loved The Force Awakens, right? Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Force Awakens. Yeah, everybody loved the Force Awakens, and the Force Awakens was pretty much a carbon copy of A New Hope.
Everybody likes Super 8. It's pretty much a carbon copy of kids' movies of that era. E.T., Close Encounters, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Here's the thing, though. I'm not even going to remotely pretend. I don't care what anybody says. That first Star Trek movie is awesome. It's awesome.
The first one and the third one, man.
Yeah, the first and the third were good. Really the second one.
That's why I'm waiting on my Mass Effect movie because I saw those 2 Star Trek movies.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if J.J. Abrams did those. Like, I really wouldn't, yo.
Why not?
Like, because people, look, I'm not sure that. No, I think Star Wars fans, and I am a Star Wars fan, and I love Star Wars fans, and I also hate them, are the worst fan base, right? Like, Star Wars fans are the worst fan base. But if you're a Star Trek fan, don't look down on Star Wars fans, because you're also somehow the worst as well. Star Trek fans are fucking awful, right?
They're obnoxious.
Dude, they're the worst. They're the worst. Like, all right, we get it.
They think they're smarter
than Star Wars fans.
Because Star Trek has subtext.
Right.
Whereas Star Wars is just all about adventure.
Yeah, it's text. It's text right up front. And that's fine.
Right. You like what you like, man.
Right. It's okay. I like both. I like a dumb movie with people running around with light up swords
right.
and hitting each other with them.
They're essentially playing with like glow sticks,
right?
And flashlights,
like flashlights
on a flashlight,
right? I'm okay with that. I love those movies, right? I'm a fan, but at the same time, the Trek movies can be drier than all fuck and boring, right? Like they can be. And I like a lot of the Star Trek movies. They're not all great, but I like the vast majority of them. I need people to stop making the weird argument that like they didn't like the Abrams Star Trek movies because it was too action oriented. I'm like, yo, your movies are boring. They're fucking boring. The series are great, but the movies are generally boring. I like them, but they're boring. Like, oh, let's talk about trade routes. Fuck off. Okay? Fuck off. Like, I'm not here for that. You ever watch Star Trek the motion picture? It's the worst thing ever. It's boring. It's like 55 hours long. I'd rather watch the Snyder Cut. I truly would. So, yeah, he made them very action-oriented. Do a Mass Effect movie. Give it to J.J. Abrams. Honestly. Yeah, man, let him direct it. Let him direct it. Whoever he worked with in that third Star Trek movie, let him do Mass Effect. Let that team do Mass Effect. They nailed it. Everybody was so up in arms about lens flares because 4 nerds on the internet said something about it. You don't hear nobody ever talk about that shit anymore. Spoiler alert, it's in everything. It's in everything. Nobody mentions it anymore. Why? Because it didn't really bother you. You heard 4 nerds talk about it, and then you fucking jumped on that bandwagon. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody cared. It didn't. It was actually a really cool effect because it actually it was a more immersive effect. It just was. Oh, J.J. Abrams ruined Star Trek with lens flares. No, he didn't. He made Star Trek movies interesting, is what he did. Except for the second one, which was garbage. Because he should have never done that story. He never should have done it. It was awful. I'm Khan. Yeah, we know, Benedict. We know. We knew when the movie trailer came out, we knew who you were. It was not a secret.
And the people who weren't Star Trek fans were like, who?
Yeah, like, what are we watching this for? Yeah. Those movies were great, man. So, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It'll be interesting to see what actually happens. But, yeah, the scuttlebutt is that we're getting Black Superman. But I don't want them to pull the trigger on that if they think that's what the problem with their universe is. It's not. It's not that Henry Cavill's white. It's that you let another white man ruin it. That's the problem. So,
do you think this is going to be the start of a universe? Like, do you think that this Superman will? Because this is multiverse. We don't know.
Right, but this is the question, right? Like, you got the Batman. You really again, I know everyone's like, oh, they don't need to do their own universe. And you're right. They don't need to. But you got to be looking at that money getting made on the other side, man. You got it. Like, you're either running a business or you're not. And I got to imagine they're looking at that and they're going, we can make a lot of money. And you got Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is a stellar fucking director. He made a monkey movie really good. Like, really good. He made those fucking monkey movies excellent. I'd have to imagine if you're going to reboot it and you're going to do it well, you'd have to be crazy to not consider tying it to the Batman. You'd have to be crazy. Let Matt Reeves do his thing. Let them do 1 or 2 movies and then just bring Superman in. And hey, here's an idea. They don't need to be adversaries. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, this is how I do it. Oh, this is how I do it. All right, mutual respect. They don't have to fight. They don't actually have to fight. I don't understand why they started that way. It was stupid. So, yeah, we'll see. Disney CEO Bob Chapek doesn't think movie releases will ever go back to the old ways. I don't know if I believe him. I'm gonna need Black Widow to come out on Disney Plus before I believe what you're saying.
That was the exact point I was about to make. He don't believe that because we would have been seeing Black Widow by now.
He y'all got Soul? Y'all ain't like Soul? That's as close as y'all gonna get. Ryan and the Magic Dragon or whatever. That shit's on Disney Plus.
Right. Is that a premium buy or is that just there?
No, I think it's just there.
Is that all right, I might watch it then.
That looked dope.
Yeah, I might watch it. I don't want to pay for it, pay extra for it, but if it's just there, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll look it up. So yeah, I don't buy that until you're willing to sacrifice that $1 billion Scarlett Johansson movie, because that's what you're doing. By the way, you are throwing $1 billion away. Right. You are. Sorry, the people who got Disney Plus, you're not going to find a lot of people who are already super jazzed for Disney Plus and the Marvel stuff that's on there who don't already have Disney Plus. So I don't think you're gonna whoa, it spurred all these people into buying it. I don't think so.
Not with a movie that big, and not with a character already established, and not with piracy just right there. You know what I mean? They're not.
Wait, it might actually cost you more for that Raya movie. Nah, I think you gotta buy that shit. Oh, it's $29.99.
Yeah, sorry, Raya and the Magic Dragon or whatever your name is.
Nope.
I don't want to pay $30 to see that early.
No, I will watch it on Disney Plus later for free.
Yeah, 5 months from now.
Yeah, I'm okay. There's a ton of things I have to catch up with, so it's fine. I'm okay. But if they did Black Widow tomorrow and it was Premiere Access, here's my wallet.
It's right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
we'll use the
charge
card
it
on file. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Just charge it to whatever card. It's fine. And I'm sure they have that option. Do you want to pay with a new card or not? Oh, don't worry about it. You good. Don't even worry about it. We got you.
They probably don't even give you that option. No.
Yeah, that's why I didn't click on. That's why I didn't click on the Ryan thing. I was like, I don't trust you, Disney. They're like, nah, you good? You good? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We just throw it on your bill. Don't even worry about it. God damn. They don't even ask you. That's fucked up. Yeah, I don't trust clicking that. No, there's no fucking way, man. No way. Next up, Warner Media CEO Jason Kyler says, in reference to a cheaper version of HBO Max, he says, quote, it turns out that most people on the planet are not wealthy. So they're planning a lower grade HBO Max that will be ad supported. Right now it's $15 for the ad free version. And Netflix is $14. So what do you think? HBO Max with ads, how much you willing to pay? $5? $8?
I pay $10 through my cable package. That's it, yo. Because right now you got Peacock, and their multi tiers.
Yeah, isn't Peacock? That's
It's like
free, right?
it's free $5 and $10.
No.
So so if you want, all of what Peacock has to offer, you can pay as little as $5 and get ads. 5 and 10 seem like the magic numbers, but this is like HBO Max. Like they offer a lot more than just reruns of The Office.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get these first run movies for anything less than, with ads, it's $15 now.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that it would be like $11 with ads. $10.99.
I bet they go lower than
ads.
that. I bet it's like $8.
Think so?
I think it's like $8. If you're talking about how much money are they gonna make on ads, yo? They about to get super big.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money they can generate to make up for that $15, or for the difference, the $7.
And then the cynic hat, and if I put my cynic hat on, they're just gonna slowly, incrementally raise it every couple of years. So,
they gonna get your ass to 15. Don't you worry. They gonna get there. I'm not mad about ads, especially for television shows. Like that doesn't feel that bad. I'm interested in how they do movies. Like, do you actually have ads in the movies?
Probably before, and they probably front load all the movies, because you're not going to put an ad at the end of a movie, right? Because you're not going to sit there and watch it. So they probably front load you with maybe what's an internet ad, like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably do like 2.5 minutes of ads.
Wow.
Before the movie starts.
That's not bad, though. 2.5 minutes. Start it.
No.
Go get some popcorn or whatever. Come get a drink. Come down. You good. That's not so bad. TV shows is where it becomes a pain in the ass. Like, you're like, all right, every like 10 minutes.
Because you got at least like 30-second breaks between each,
major acts.
So then it becomes like watching a YouTube clip.
Yeah, which is annoying. All right, so there you go. For all you pores out there. I kid.
I mean, they say they're still like experimenting with everything, but I still don't see this as the death knell for theaters, unless theaters get froggy like they did before and was like, well, we're not gonna show any Universal movies. Like, okay,
Sure.
Then they quickly reversed course and was like, well, can we just show it for like 2 weeks then? It was like, yeah, it's like we thought. Get out of here.
That's what I thought. That's hilarious. Let's see. All right, question of the week. It's on Discord there, Micah.
What are your best theories for what will happen on the last episode of WandaVision? And we decided to do this because we want you all to be wrong.
That's right. Get your asses on the record. That's right.
Yep. So now, as you are listening to yourselves, your ideas, you can be like, wow, I was way off. I don't know how to pronounce this. Davirrd says, Wanda creates a rift. All of a sudden, a strange sound can be heard, a slight roar, like something speeding up the road. All of a sudden, a massive wheel with arms appears. Big wheel has arrived and is now the next big. Like,
fine.
I really need to start reading these before.
No, it's actually better. It's better when you don't. Like, what the fuck is he? Oh, big wheel. God damn it. No, it's way better.
Carl says, not Mephisto and not Reed Richards. I don't care what else happens, but people need to let go of their weird pet theories. I agree with you, Carl.
Yep.
I agree with every statement, every word in that statement.
Which is weird because you say really mean things about Carl when we're not on there.
No, Carl's an OG, man. Carl's one of the first people that I remember interacting with when we started this.
Yeah, like
a decade ago.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. By the way, yeah, Carl's been like, dude, you've got to be. I would be interested to know. I'm sure he might actually remember, but it's got to be like within the first 6 months that we were recording, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So
like
easily. Yeah, you better put some. All you listening, you better put some fucking respect.
That's right.
On Carl's name.
That's right. The only black man in the Midwest.
Look, let me tell you something. Carl been here longer than
hosts.
At least two hosts.
Carl has been here longer than Carrie, Jack, maybe even Brad.
Matthew. Like
no, but I'm saying like Dense Pixels didn't start until like
Dense Pixels wasn't alive.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So Brad didn't exist. Andy, no, Carl has been around longer than the majority of the people who do shows on this network.
Right. Yeah. It is.
Yeah, Brad, you owe Carl respect. Get out of here.
That's right. It's Jay, Micah, and Carl. Like that's
true.
it.
That's true.
That's the Nerdpocalypse right there.
For a while, that's all it was. That's all it was. We were responsible for half of the 8 downloads we had our first week. Yes, it's up. Yeah, all right.
Dara Shanks says Wanda is going to shove the hex up Hayward's ass, and Doctor Strange is going to come to surgically remove it. Shit's funny. But then she wakes up and causes the hex to cover the earth. DAVIRRD comes back and says, other theory, Bryan Singer shows up and says he's taking over the MCU, crying in the streets, mental breakdowns everywhere, total turmoil. Rev Halls 9 says, I think Ultron comes back into the fold, not as a main baddie in this last episode. That honor belongs to Agatha. He'll show up on a computer or something at a post-credit stinger. Yeah, that's been another theory that's going around, that Ultron's consciousness is still around, and once White Vision comes online, Ultron will kind of make his way into White Vision and become the thing that he wanted to be in Age of Ultron. Which is very interesting, especially because like Disney keeps putting Age of Ultron as the thing that you should probably watch after every episode of WandaVision.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I mean, that's also where Wanda is discovered. So like,
right.
Like maybe don't read too much into that, but yes, it's possible. I mean, it's not like James Spader isn't around.
Back Holiday says, kids, never real. They fade away. Vision merges with White Vision. Hayward.
By the way, I agree with. That's also my theory too. That's how he gets out of the anomaly.
Hayward, not just an overzealous bureaucrat, but possessed by some magician / demon. Agnes helps Wanda fight Hayward. Monica helps turn the tide in Wanda's favor. Pietro dies again, and Doctor Strange in a post-credit teaser. No Way says it's going to be everyone versus WandaVision.
I don't know what that means.
Agnes decides it's in her best interest to help the fight. Tofu.
That's funny.
TofuVision comes into wreck shit, almost kills Vision, and Wanda finds a way to merge them, but Vision's memory gets wiped. Something, the kids disappear. Wanda freaks out, no more mutants, and the hex goes global, prompting Doctor Strange to wake the fuck up and step in. Thaddeus says Agatha and Wanda have a final boss battle over the kids, somehow affecting the boundaries of the hex and further agitating those outside. Hayward sends TofuVision, which is what I'm going
TofuVision
to
is
call him
hilarious.
from now on. Hayward sends TofuVision into the hex, and he is rewritten while passing through, merges with the hex vision, which allows him merges with hex vision, which allows him to leave without disintegrating, but wipes his memory / personality once again. That's interesting. Hayward is killed in the showdown between Agatha and Wanda, placing Monica as the head of Sword, or as niggas from New York say, Sword, redeeming the agency. Maybe the hex goes global or expands again, but dissipates, so no boundary remains. But everything that was inside is stabilized, so the kids remain. Westview residents do not return to normal crap sack to their normal crap sack selves. Final hex expansion sets off dimensional alarm that can only be answered by the Sorcerer Supreme.
It's a good theory.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't include Reed Richards, so I mean, are you even paying attention?
M. Rogers says the whole Luke level cameo thing sticks in my mind, and who the heck fits the bill MCU wise? Basically, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, or a multiverse Tony. Hulk isn't quite on that level, although I wonder if someone like Loki qualifies, since he has a series of his own. All of these will be totally wrong. The credits will roll, and episode 10 will be an extra long after credits scene.
People haven't really mentioned that maybe the Luke level cameo is Tony.
Tony's gone, man.
No. I don't mean live Tony. I mean like hologram Tony. Like it would be interesting. It would be interesting. That's all I'm saying. It would be interesting.
I see what you're saying. I want a character to stay dead for a change.
No, I agree with you. I think Tony's death is incredibly important and powerful. I'm just saying, if I'm thinking of a character who is a massive impact on that universe showing up, Tony would be it. He would be huge. That would be huge. And I don't want a flashback. I want to, if you're going to do it, do it, modern moment. So I don't know how you would do it, but again, anything is possible.
Ever the humble man Cam says, I like my idea. Cam says, I like my idea of Baron Mordo showing up because he senses all the magic from Wanda and now Agnes as well, but in an after credit sequence to help set up the multiverse of madness. As far as the show tomorrow, I think we find out that Hayward straight up is or was at least being controlled by meth. Plot twist, Loki. Not Mephisto. Loki.
That would be fun. I'm okay with Loki. I don't think it's going to be fucking Mephisto. Obviously, Mephisto shows up in the Loki series. Everyone knows that.
And Leonardo says something Star Wars related.
Of course.
Do I have your theory? Do you want to read off your theory?
Yeah. Let me see I'll just say it. It's not my theory I think is going to happen. I just think it's a fun one.
Yeah, how you would book the ending.
How I would book it. I would say that, because nobody talked about this, who Monica's her connect is, right? She's I got this engineering connect, which we have not seen. It's not the woman who just brought her that tank. That's not who it is. Because she refers to it as a man. I think it would be interesting if they said, hey, often in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series, people mistaked Fitz and Simmons as one person because they thought it was Fitzsimmons. That was a running gag in the first season. I think it would be interesting if she only had talked to Fitz over communications or something, somehow, and however they explain that, and she's never actually physically met him, and so she assumes that Fitzsimmons is his name. And it turns out that the Connect is actually both of them, right? Because they retired at the end of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV show. She she's like, oh, I need your help or whatever. They come, they help her. It's like, oh shit, it's Fitz and Simmons. I didn't realize that, right? That throws everybody off the scent as far as like the name. They bring with them life model decoy Coulson, right? So you can bring Coulson back. He doesn't quote unquote come back from the dead. Cap is already gone, so you don't have to like, and Tony's gone. So like their motivation for,
and Thor's off world.
Right, Thor's off world. So their motivation for like joining the Avengers isn't undercut, right? It's been a long enough time. That also brings Quake in. It also gives an explanation. It gives a connection to the Inhumans, right? Because they dealt with the Inhumans, and that makes the Inhumans canon, which, if you're going to do Miss Marvel, traditionally how they did in the comics, you're going to have to explain Inhumans quickly, right? Because a Terrigen bomb going off or some variation of that, like that's a lot of story to tell about the Inhumans and try to do her series at the same time. But if you bring in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you automatically pull all of that into canon. And the Inhumans part that they did on that show was actually well done. So then you bring in Quake and stuff like that. And also, this is just completely all of this is speculative. But there's images of Hawkeye in the Hawkeye series where he has a quiver that still has a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on it. Now, that's not going to be a mistake. Like, they're not going to fuck that up. Either that's an old quiver, which is totally possible. Like, oh, shit, I had to grab this one because I gave my other one to Kate Bishop. It's totally possible, right? It's actually probably likely. Or that these characters come back and they reestablish S.H.I.E.L.D. And they realize, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. and Sword, in order to really save the world, you're going to need both. So it starts out with Coulson and all of these other folks coming into this world, and then, it comes back. So thus Coulson comes back. That's also a huge cameo. Paul Bettany has never worked with Coulson before, right? Like that, that was a thing that he said. Although I do like the theory that he has great chemistry with this person and it being himself, because there's two visions, right? Like, I think that's actually really smart, and it probably is true. But I think it'd be a way to bring Quake in, which would be dope, and explain Inhumans all at the same time. And no one would see that engineer coming because it's Fitzsimmons. No one would see it.
Yeah.
So I think it would be fun. But I'm not saying that's going to happen. That's just my fun theory. So there you go. Do you have any theories at all, Micah?
Yes. So Wanda's vision takes on Agatha, right? Mm-hmm. TofuVision comes into play during that fight. Yo, TofuVision is so funny to me.
Yo, it's a hilarious name. That's going to be the episode title.
TofuVision comes into play during the fight. Wanda and the kids kind of subdue Agatha and try to help Wanda's vision, because Wanda's vision is the only one that can take on TofuVision, right?
Obviously.
They succeed, but it's a bit of a Pyrrhic victory because Wanda's vision destroys TofuVision, but at what cost, right? Like it's a Pyrrhic victory, right? The anomaly gets weaker because Wanda's focus is all over the place. Like she's not focused on like we've seen the anomaly get weaker the further away we travel from Wanda. Well, I take that as being Wanda's subconsciously like has to focus, and because of everything that's going on, it gets weaker or whatever. Right. Now at this point, you have a weakened or dead Wanda's vision, right? And at this point, you could take TofuVision's body, if it's not completely destroyed, and since Wanda can create something from nothing, as we have established, she can remake her vision with the remnants of TofuVision, but without the Mind Stone.
Yes.
So he won't be as fucking overpowered as he was in his other instances in the show, right? the way that I would want to see it done is White Vision's body is destroyed. Wanda's vision is destroyed. Wanda could try to create another vision from nothing, like she did, like we saw in that flashback. But her seeing her vision die for a third time is the thing that just makes her snap, and she just can't take it anymore. And this is she's instead of like no more mutants, she's just like done with everyone, and she becomes like the Scarlet Witch, which is like just this. I don't know how they're going to treat the Scarlet Witch as a character, like the way Agatha is like, you're the Scarlet Witch, like she's like
a mythical character,
witch supreme,
right?
But I basically want Wanda to be the most sympathetic villain of all time. And
I like that idea.
And because of all of this, like there's a tremendous disturbance in the bewitching force, and that's why Doctor Strange has to be like, whoa, something the EKG meters just went off the charts.
All right, Egon, fucking relax. That's funny.
I don't know. It's half baked, but
no, man. Look, here's the thing. Every single theory you've heard is all wrong. All of them. They're all wrong. And that's what I like about it. And that's why we wanted to get everybody on the record so we can point and laugh at you. This guy thought this, you idiot. No, but here's the thing. This is the great thing about all of this. It's fun being wrong because you know they're going to fucking deliver, dude. You know they're going to deliver. You know they are. You just got to be open to it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do. I truly am. So, I think we're probably gonna cut short here. Oh no. What am I talking about? Trailers. We don't have any what the fuck stories this week. We'll jump right into trailers. Thunder Force thoughts. This is Octavia Spencer and Melissa McCarthy as superheroes.
It looks cute, but I'm probably not going to watch it.
Same for me.
I'm not gonna check it out.
No, I have almost no vested interest. But I like Melissa McCarthy and I like Octavia Spencer. So Spencer or Butler?
Spencer. Butler's the author.
Is the author. I always mix the names. Maybe Octavia Spencer and Butler will both be in this. I don't know. But yeah, I like that it's a fun take on superhero genre. I'm cool with it. I'm not going to see it though. I watched her last movie, Super Intelligence, which was super dumb. So I assume this is in that same wheelhouse. It literally has the exact same actors in it. The Serpent. This is a Netflix series that's coming up with the same guy from the Mauritanian who is playing like a very famous murderer. Like a serial killer or whatever. This looks really cool. Like it's got a cool 70s vibe, and it looks very good. And that guy was amazing. He was amazing in the Mauritanian. So I look forward to that. But let's talk about the trailer we want to talk about the most, which is Without Remorse. This is the Michael B. Jordan vehicle in which he is an utter badass.
Yeah.
And this is in the Tom Clancy universe. Yeah, I'm here for it. There's a couple of clunky lines in the beginning with that one woman who's like, he's the most dangerous man we have in the field. I was like, all right, that's
like, come on, yo.
That's not a good line delivery.
Her delivery was atrocious. It just was. But it's like that was said specifically because they want to put it in a trailer.
Yes.
But, yeah, man. This looks pretty. This looks fun.
Yes.
As a military like action movie, this looks cool, man. I like Michael B. Jordan. He just seems a little too pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna say let me explain a conversation that Mike and I had, which was hey, did you watch the Without Remorse trailer, Micah? No, I'm about to watch it in a few minutes. Messages me back. Yeah, that looks really good. Except, and I quote, that nigga's too ugly. Or that nigga's not ugly enough.
I mean, he's not. He looks like a fucking model, yo. Like, he doesn't look like a man that's been through shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and to your point, Willem Dafoe played this character previously, which I mean that makes a lot of sense. So what I would suggest is that they replace Michael B. Jordan with an uglier actor, and Deacon I know is available. That was the other one.
I don't know why I didn't see it.
That was the other one. When we had that conversation, I was like, let me just throw this one in my bag. I'll hold that one till Thursday. I won't make that joke online. That's too good. No, but in all seriousness, this looks fucking dope, man. Like,
it does, man.
It looks super good.
It looks super fun, man. Like, this is the type of stuff that, like, my wife is like, let's do it. Let's watch.
Yeah, dude, I'm all in for this. Yeah. Oh, shocking. Is she really into watching a Michael B. Jordan movie? Yeah, I'm sure she is. Yeah. Wow. I wish I could have guessed. Yeah, but he's just like beating the brakes off of people, like the trailer seller at the end. He literally lights a car on fire with a guy in it, like he at an airport. It seems like, and he lights it on fire, and you think, oh wow, that's like really badass. Like, gonna light it on fire, you know, tough guys don't look at explosions and walk away. Nah, fuck that. He opens the car door and gets in and holds a gun to the guy and was like, give me a number. I'd be like, all right, 410.
When it comes to action movies, I want to, I want to see something that I've never seen before, right? Like, that's the goal with action, right? Like, because, and it's really difficult because everybody's done everything. But I have never seen this.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that. I never seen somebody do that. Like, that's
and
great.
I've watched 8 seasons of 24, which is nothing but fucking illegally interrogating people, illegally interrogating minorities, and for a minority to interrogate a white man in this fashion. I mean, god damn, this was amazing.
Yeah. Look. As many people have said, and I wasn't the first, nor will I ever be the last, if John Krasinski is not in some part of this movie, what are we even doing? Okay, as Jack Ryan, what are we even doing? It's both Amazon, it's the Tom Clancy universe. These characters have crossed over before. I need John Krasinski to come out, like, out of the shadows with a black leather jacket and an eye patch and talk about the Tom Clancy initiative. That's all I want. Like, that's all I want. And somebody made a really good point, and I hadn't thought about this, and I don't know why I hadn't thought about this. I guess I was too concentrated on the Jack Ryan aspect. Yo, this should just lead to a Rainbow Six movie.
Yeah, why not?
Like, I'm here for it. Like, if we could get a good crossover universe, like military action universe, oh, I'm here for it. Like, people who are like that dumb tweet that said Marvel is just pushing military, like pro-military shit. No, this is pushing pro-military shit, and it looks awesome. And I'm okay with that. Fuck you. Grow up. You know, everything doesn't have to be a woke conversation. Sometimes you want to see a dude on a revenge trip opening car doors that are on fire. Like, that's what I want. I'm a simple man, simple mind, simple pleasures. Come on.
I want to see this black dude swimming. One fantasy movie.
How is he doing?
Swimming under. He's underneath water, and just his hand just grabs somebody and just pulls him in like a fucking video game. Like, just
yo, that's a Predator move. That was awesome. Yeah, when I was watching, I was like, oh damn, he not playing. He's real mad. Yeah, this looks fun, man. This looks fun. Like, obviously, this is gonna be like super action heavy and a revenge movie, and I need the next one, like, because this is gonna be a hit. Like, it's gonna have to be so poorly written for this not to work, right? And I'm not even sure that'll stop it, right?
Right.
But if it is even half decently written, people like Michael B. Jordan, he can sell a film, man. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I'm all in for
Because
this. This is great.
legit, he's the legit good actor.
Yes.
And yeah, man, like, come on, just hurry up and come out. When does this come out? The
April 30th.
April 30th. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All in, man. All in for this. And it kind of makes me want to read the book, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yep. This is. It is based on a 1993 novel of the same name by Tom Clancy and is a spinoff of the Jack Ryan film series. Yes, please. Because Jack Ryan is dope as shit. And I need this. I don't know if there's other spin-off characters that they could do, but like if you could build a Rainbow Six story, yeah, I'm here for that. Like as somebody pointed out, like if he runs into Dink Chavez, who was I think was it Clear and Present Danger or Patriot Games, I can't remember. He was a sniper, like put him, that dude, and some other dudes in a Rainbow Six movie. Yo, come on, man. That would be fucking dope. So, like, I'm sure I'm not the first person to say that. I'd love to see him do it. I'd love to see Amazon crush that. That would be dope. Because this is their MCU, right? Like, they're, like, nailing all of these, like, very serious, military sort of style TV shows and movies. Cool. Yeah. Let that be their MCU. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the Tom Clancy universe. Yeah, the TCU. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I'm here for it. All right, that's it for us, guys. We will see you next week with a normal full show.
See you.